So, a very good afternoon to all respected faculty members, those who have joined this webinar. In the April month, Honorable Chairman of University Grants Commission, in an interaction with all HRDC faculties, he have told us to initiate the webinars on New Education Policy, National Education Policy 2020. And after that, a cluster was formed in which Maharashtra, Goa, and Gujarat cluster were allotted the topics for the webinar, 4 days webinar. And our HRDC has now completed 3 webinars, and today will be the 4th webinar. So my special thanks to all participants, those who have regularly joined this webinar series. And you see that being today the last day. Also, I'm thankful for all of you to timely submitting all the feedbacks. Even though the registration were around 528 registration, but we can see that from day 1 till today, only 150 to 160 participants have joined the webinar. So those who have submitted regularly feedback will be issued certificate through email, and it will be on Tuesday or Wednesday. So don't be in the hurry for getting the certificates. On Tuesday or Wednesday, you will get at your email. Coming back to this session of today's webinar, that is internationalization of higher education in India. Friends, first of all, it is an indeed pleasure and honor for me to have an interaction with such a learned crowd, which is around 75, 76 in number. And the topic allotted to me by our respected director, Professor Mustajid Khan, is internationalization of higher education. I'm really thankful to the director of the CHRDC for shouldering the responsibility on me for this particular webinar. When we talk about internationalization of higher education, we have seen that our country has witnessed around, in the year 1991, have witnessed liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So we have adopted the policy of LPG way back in the year 1991. At that, former Prime Minister of our country, Dr. Manmohan Singh, he was the Finance Minister. So with the growing phase of the economy, and to catch up with the fast growing economy, our country has adopted liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now, in the year 2020, when we see India as a country of higher education, it is the second or the third largest when we compare our country around the world in higher education. When it comes to gross enrollment ratio, when it comes to the number of higher education institutions, we are third. Only China and USA have surpassed India when we talk about the higher education around the globe. But when we talk about the quality of higher education, when we talk about the quality publication, filing of patent, again we are lagging far behind with small countries like Israel and European countries. So the main objective of the National Education Policy 2020, which was framed way back in the year 2016, and it was open for public opinion. And in the year 2019, the final draft of this new education policy was prepared. And in 2020, it was passed in the parliament. And now we are with the new education policy, national education policy, after a gap of, we can say, more than 20-25 years. The last education policy was way back in the year 1992. So friends, you see that the main objective of this National Education Policy 2020 is that our economy should match with the world economy, and our education system should match with the world education system. So friends, what is internationalization? Why internationalization is necessary today? You see, friends, that internationalization of higher education promotes sharing of best academic practices. Best academic practices through interaction between diverse system helps in developing global citizen through mobility of students and scholars, mobility of scholars to pursue their scholarly activities and access the vast resources of university system across the globe is an age-old practice in India. When we talk about our ancient university, Nalanda University, Takshila University, in the ancient times also, the internationalization of our higher education was there. And you see, friends, that at that time also, exchange of research scholars, exchange of faculty was there. You see that why internationalization of higher education? Why the need of internationalization of higher education today it has emerged? You see that the National Education Policy 2020 will allow top world-class, 100 world-class university to open the international branch campuses IBC in India. You see, friends, that when these branches will come up or have a setup in the country, an increasing competition will be there, and because of that competition, naturally the quality of higher education will improve. The reason behind to this is to raise the standard of research and teaching to international level and to reduce the outbound mobility of the Indian student. When we compare the student inbound and outbound, it is very far away. Lakhs of students, they are going outside for taking the higher education, and very few students, they are coming to India when we compare this inbound and outbound of higher education. Also, you see that India plans to have one multidisciplinary higher education institution in or near every district by the year 2030. One of the top rated skills that have come into the picture since COVID-19 is the use of technology. You see, friends, then when we talk about Google Forms, when we talk about the cloud meeting, when we talk about uploading something, reading material or a lecture on YouTube, we faculty members were very shy. We were very far away from the technology, and especially the faculty members from social science and humanities. We were very far. Even I belong to a social science group, so we were far behind. But the top skill which we have achieved since the pandemic began in the March 2020 is the use of technology. Now we are having easily we are using the Google Form, we are creating the WhatsApp group, we are having a cloud meeting, we are uploading our reading materials and lectures on YouTube. So which would we have achieved in coming 5 to 10 years? We have achieved in this 2 years. And this hybrid mode of higher education will also continue in the post-pandemic period. Because you see that the use of information, communication, and technology have increased, and it will increase. And also, it will help the students and teachers also. Then, despite having the second largest higher education system in the world, none of its 990 universities and 40,000 colleges have figured in the top 100 of the world university ranking. Again, it is a big question mark on faculty members like us that we are having more than now it is more than 1,043 universities are there, and more than 50,000 colleges are there, including private, aided, and unaided colleges. But still, not a single college or university has emerged in the top 100 world university ranking. Also, you see, friends, that India provides one of the largest pools of manpower. Yet the quality of manpower is concerned. Again, a survey was conducted by a private agency that how much the graduates, those who are getting graduate degree in India, are capable of employment. So it has been seen that only 23% of the graduates are employable in the private sector. Again, it is a matter of concern that on the one side we are having IITs and IIMs, those who are producing Google CEOs and those who are producing Microsoft officers, but also we have engineering colleges. On the other hand, those who are not having sufficient infrastructure. As a country like India, we should see that we should bridge the gap between the IITs and IIMs and the local engineering colleges. We should improve the quality. So that's why we see that internationalization of higher education is much more important. Also, you see that the country rank as low as 72 among the 132 countries in the latest global talent competitive index 2020, which judges a country's current ability to grow and attract talent. You see that out of 132 countries, our rank is 72. And you see that only 6 universities find space in the top 500 around the world. Moreover, the gross enrollment ratio is to the people in that age group of 26%, only a quarter of India enrolls for higher education as opposed to 99% in Italy, 90% in Australia, and 85% in United States. Again, it is a matter of concern and we have to go globally. You see that when we take the historic view of the internationalization of higher education, we have seen that Nalanda University, world-class universities, Nalanda University and Taxila University has been the part of our country. Those who have given, broadened the knowledge of many scholars around the globe. You see that when we talk about the higher education system in India, it is the third largest in the world. About 1,000 universities, 50,000 colleges, 1 million teachers, 20 million students. Most institutes, especially PG institutes, are English medium. The most commonly used language around the globe. You see, friends, when we talk about the imbalance, as I have told you that you see that as per the statistics of 18 and 19, India's outbound mobility is 3,75,055 students, which is around 6.7% of the total mobile student across the globe. Global level per bhi 6.7%. And you see that US hosts the largest share of this number. 36% students are enrolled in USA, followed by 19% in Australia, 9% in Canada, and 5% in UK are the most preferred destinations. जहां पर हम प्री कोविड की अगर बात करते हैं, प्री कोविड में nearly 3,75,000 students have.
Sir,
your slides are not.
Should I interrupt, sir?
3,000 slides are visible now. Madam, can anyone tell the slides are visible?
Sir, it's on second page only.
But they are not.
Kindly unmute and tell that slides
moving.
are visible. Somebody has told that slide is not visible.
They are not
Yes?
moving, sir.
Slides are not moving, sir.
First slide, only first slide is
Which
visible.
slide is currently visible to you?
Yes, sir.
First slide.
First slide is visible.
Okay.
First slide.
Okay. Just again, I will share it. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
all of you kindly mute yourself. So no more disturbance because net connectivity is not there in the university today. I have connected myself with my mobile phone. So that problem will be there. So if some kindly mute. मैं बैठ जाऊँ और कुछ प्रॉब्लम फोन कर लेके चलो मैडम कर so you see friends, when we talk about the higher education, current higher education in our country, there are, as I have told you, that there are 1,043 universities, 42,000 colleges, and 11,779 standalone institutions listed on Asia's universities are privately managed, and 420 universities are located in rural areas. And you see that 17 universities are exclusively for women, 3 17 universities are exclusively for women, 3 in Rajasthan, 2 in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and 1 each in Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Delhi, Haryana. And in addition to that, 1 central open university, 14 state open university, 1 state private university. There are 110 dual mode university which are offering education through distance mode. Also, the maximum 13 of them are located in Tamil Nadu. There are 522 general, allied, 699 language university, and rest 145 universities after. You see that Bangalore urban district tops in terms of number of colleges with 1,000 colleges, followed by Jaipur, that is 600 colleges. College density, that is number of colleges per lakh population at the age group of 18 to 23 varies from 7 to Bihar to 59 in Karnataka as compared to all India average of. You see that 60% colleges are located in rural area, and 10% colleges are exclusively for female. Only 2.7 colleges are run PhD program, and 35 colleges are run by postgraduate level programs. And you see that there are 32.6% colleges which are run only single program, out of which 84% are privately managed. Among these are privately managed colleges, and 37.4 colleges run B.Ed course only. You see that 78% colleges are privately managed, 65% are privately unaided colleges, and Andhra, Telangana have about 80% private unaided colleges. You see that at UG level, highest number 32% of students are in followed by 16% in commerce, 14% in engineering, technology. At PhD level, maximum number of students are enrolled in engineering and technology stream, followed by science. Other than that, and at postgraduate level, maximum students are enrolled in social science stream, and science comes at number 2. Uttar Pradesh comes at number 1 with
Someone network issue. Wait 5 seconds. Sir, as we join it, 5 seconds. Visible, sir. Visible screen.
Okay. Just keep the watch on, please. Also, sorry for the interruption due to the connectivity problem. You see that the number of universities in India, when we talk about the higher education system, 48 central universities are there. One central open university is there. 135 institutions of national importance are there. 386 public universities are there. 5 institutions under State Legislature Act is there. 14 state open universities there. 327 state private universities are there. 80 deemed private universities are there. You see that a district having maximum number of college. Again, Bangalore has top urban. In that, nearly 1,000 colleges are there, followed by Jaipur, Hyderabad, Pune, Prayagraj. When we talk about number of colleges and eligible population in top 10 states, we have Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. You see that management-wise colleges, again you see that it is a very sorry state that we are having around 65% private unaided colleges operating in our country. And we talk about that it is more than 50%, nearly 65% colleges. यानी कि higher education का जो 50% से ज़्यादा जो role है वो private unaided colleges के ऊपर है. So it is very sorry state, and you see that when we talk about the upliftment of the higher education, these private unaided institution will play important role. Then we have 13% government colleges. You see that representation of foreign students. Again, friends, we can see here that Nepal tops, followed by Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sudan, United States, Nigeria, Yemen, Malaysia, United Arab Emirates. But you see that when we talk about the foreign students coming to our country, we should see that more researchers, more students from European countries should enroll in our higher education system. You see that maximum students have enrolled, foreign students have enrolled for undergraduate in India. 74% of the students, foreign students who have enrolled are from the undergraduate, followed by 16% for postgraduate, and only 3.32% is for the PhDs. a most preferred university in India. When we talk about most preferred university in India, you see that Bangalore University, University of Mysore tops the list. Around 10,000 students, foreign students, way back in the year 1819 were enrolled in these two universities, which shares around 21% of the total student enroll in our country, followed by Savitribai Phule Pune University of Maharashtra, then Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Delhi, Gujarat, Delhi University, Gujarat in Telangana, we have Kakatiya University, Usmania University, Nalanda University, and Andhra University. So these are the top preferred university when we talk about the foreign students enrolled. You see that internationalization and globalization are the two sides of same coin. When we talk about globalization, you see that globalization is a word used to describe the growing interdependence of the world economy, culture, and population brought about by the cross-border trade in goods and services, technologies, and flow of investment, people, and information. You see that one of the authors has defined globalization as the economic, political, and societal forces pushing 21st century higher education towards greater international involvement. And you see that what does international education bring? What skills international education brings? That is the competitive skills. You see that when we talk about today's employer, those who
Again, network issue. Wait up 5 seconds.
all slides are visible now.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So you see that the key skills required is problem solving, flexibility, self-management, team communication, communication skills, foreign languages, networking, leadership, customer services, personal skills, and intracultural skills. You see that NEP and 2020 and internationalization, you see that the basic objective of any National Education Policy 2020 is access, equity, quality, affordability, accountability, which recommends path-breaking reforms that aim at paradigm shift by equipping our students, teacher, and educational institution with right competency and capabilities in creating and enabling education ecosystem for vibrant new India. You see that internationalization as home. What things we can do at internationalization at all? First is capacity building at international initiative, then collaborative communication between Indian and international faculty, then international dimension to curricula in sense social science beyond to spark a deeper reflection about the course content, effective pedagogy to promote better learning outcome for the students. Then other area of strength in India such as science, technology, engineering and mathematics, computer science, gaming should be tied up with entrepreneurship, apprenticeship to make them attractive to foreign students. Then quality residential facility to students from abroad to ensure effective living conditions and learning environment to international students. Then on-campus supports to students from abroad to provide continuous and conclusive support to international students designated to facility student, social, academic, and focusing particular on transition process. Then integrating incoming international student with local community, indulging, assigning faculty mentors, host families and student bodies. Then friendly environment for incoming student to have a safe, positive, holistic experiences. Then foster connection among domestic and international student and value inputs of international students on campus. Then short-term non-degree niche courses to create global perception about our core competency. That is in yoga, philosophy, Ayurveda, health, Sanskrit, Vastu Shastra. Then courses and program in subjects such as knowledge of India and its languages, arts, history, culture, and global context. Then credit recognition under twin agreement. You see that in the line of new education policy, our government has framed, University Grants Commission has framed the internationalization of higher education guidelines. And in those guidelines, we have credit recognition twin system. Credit recognition twin system. In that, Indian higher education institutions are encouraged to offer degree program under twin agreement. As national education policy suggests, the twin agreement will give effect to credit recognition. Credit recognition and transfer means credit confirmed by foreign higher education institutions to be recognized, quantified and included towards the credit requirement of a program delivered by an Indian higher education institution under a mutual twinning agreement. The collaborating Indian higher education institution may enter into agreement MOU with the foreign higher education institution for recognizing credit under twinning agreement. In case of institution affiliated to university, NOC to be obtained from the affiliating university. The institution concerned affiliating university and foreign higher education institution shall enter into triplet agreement MOU for the purpose. And you see that in this existing curricula may be supplemented by additional curricula of collaborating university. The credit obtained at foreign higher education shall be reflected in the transcript given by our institution. And you see that the higher education institution shall ensure that the credit earned by the student from foreign higher education institution shall not be overlapping course content curriculum. And you see that any degree to be awarded under twinning program must be in conformity with the provision of section 22(3), the UGC Act of 1956, and shall also be confirmed with the norms, standards, and requirement of award of such degree as laid down by the statutory authority concerned. And you see that any course program which jeopardizes the national interest shall not be allowed to be offered in India. Then you see that the Indian higher education institution should also make provision for exit pathway for the students, those who are unable to complete twinning program included for failing to secure the visa. Also, the concept of global citizen approach. You see that what is global citizen approach, where the young generation should gain awareness regarding the political, economical, ecological condition of the globe, and he or she can think that they can make the difference around the globe. That is a global citizen approach. You see that higher education institution may take a global citizen approach at their institution, developing knowledge, skills, and values in our next generation, which they need to engage the world, believing that we can make a difference. Empowering students with understanding how worlds economically, politically, socially, culturally, technologically, and ecologically. Then higher education institution may endeavor to inculcate essential values such as diversity, interdependence, empathy, and perspective in students. Then engaging with community services with special focus in and around the higher education institution will contribute at the range level from local to global. Then credit-based project courses in the areas of community engagement, environmental education, and value education. Short-term and workshops on human constitution values, respect for other, cleanness, courtesy, democratic spirit, spirit of services, then respect for public property, scientific temper, responsibility, equality, and justice. You see that global citizens harness these knowledge, values, skills, and are uniquely positioned to contribute in multiple contexts at locally, nationally, internationally. Then you see ICT. You see that ICT has made a revolution around the globe, be it any sector, manufacturing sector, service sector, government sector. And same is the case with the higher education institution. Lecture that what things we have adopted. Amol, my slides are visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So as in the beginning of my lectures, I have told you that how in this post-pandemic period, we have adopted the technology. The Google Form, the YouTube channels, the cloud meeting, which we were accepted to use in the coming 5 to 10 years. We are using right now. So same is the case with the internationalization of higher education. When it comes with ICT-based internationalization, addressing the concern of access and equity through help of massive online open courses can be created by the Indian higher education institutions. Then creation of e-content and taking offering of online courses beyond physical boundaries. Then infrastructure upgradation with the help of ICT to make academic, administrative, and residential infrastructure truly global. Streamline the form and process of admission of foreign student through help of ICT. Same is the case with our university, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. We have a separate portal for foreign students, especially those who want to enroll to the PhD program. We have a separate portal, and that portal is opened in the month of December as well as in the month of June. The foreign student in his home country can visit the portal, online portal of international student. He can enroll, he can pay the fees online, 5,000 fees is there for enrollment. And on that particular enrollment, the student's synopsis is approved and the student is allotted the result. So now no need of the foreign student coming to Aurangabad, searching for the guide, searching for the ways to get admission. Directly the foreign students can enroll through the online portal. So same is the case with here in these guidelines, that streamlining the form and process of admission for the foreign student through the help of ICT. Then data collection and analysis with the help of ICT to track and study preference and need for foreign student, including prospective student. Then virtual partnership with foreign experts in workshop, webinars, and conference. Now it is really an easy task, even in this UGC Human Resource Development Center. Many times now we are inviting the foreign resource person, and also all directors of this UGC, HRDC, they have requested the chairman of University Grants Commission to give the permission to train the teachers, foreign teachers also, through this University Grants Commission, UGC, Human Resource Development Center. So with the help of the virtual partnership with foreign experts, workshop, webinars, and conferences can be conducted. Then virtual mobility by exposing students to foreign university through e-conference and workshops. Then renewing and updating the learning approach with the help of technology. Then reinforcing learning process through additional learning material to make the process truly international. Then effective responding to demand of students with the help of ICT-based learning tools and collaborative learning, leveraging the potential of technology from integrated digital platform to video lessons. Then academic and research collaboration. Again, it is very important, friends, that research collaboration, academic collaboration with the foreign universities can be done. For student exchange program can be done. We can see that our university physics department is very active in this particular thing, where many of the faculty members, those who are working in the physics department, also in the zoology department, those people, they are having foreign collaboration. Even in our biochemistry department also, they are having foreign collaborations with countries like Israel, with countries like South Korea, Netherlands. So I can give one example of Sharma sir of our university department. In the pandemic period, he has gone to South Korea, and in South Korea, when he went to South Korea, the pandemic started, and for nearly 1.5 years he was in South Korea, and they have invented one battery, mobile battery, which can last without charging for 5 years. So these type of research collaboration, student exchange programs can be done with our higher education institution with the foreign countries. Then also organizing academic and research workshop, seminar, conferences in partnership with international university. Then collaborating with alumni. Again, I have seen that few of my foreign students, those who are now working in Kenya, they are very in touch with me. Again, we are having research collaboration for paper publications. So with the Alumni Connect, also there can be a good collaborative research. Then formation of knowledge partnership, network of individual researchers who can contribute knowledge, experience, resources, and participate in two-way communication. Now LinkedIn is there. Through LinkedIn, I have seen that many professionals are getting connected. Then also we can establish shares abroad in the name of eminent scientists and scholars and philosophers. Brand building abroad. You see that as a higher education countries, higher education institution in a country, developing country like India, we have to build brand across the globe so that more and more foreign students can get attract to our higher education institution. You see that higher education institutions are encouraged to undertake brand building to exercise to make India their institution attractive study destination, preparing country-specific report based on academic and market research on priorities of prospective students. Accordingly, country-specific strategies may be formulated and implemented with the help of government and regulatory bodies like University Grants Commission and Ministry of Education to attract those prospective students to stay in India. Then higher education institutions are encouraged to set up offshore campus in order to expand the outreach of institutions and build the image of India as an international study centers. Our destination. You see that many like Delhi Public School or many reputed schools, they have opened their branches in the Gulf countries. So same can be done by the higher education institutions. They can start their offshore campus. Then dissemination of information on education system, accreditation, ranking process in India. You see that when we talk about the national eligibility test, state eligibility test, national eligibility test has a recognition in Gulf countries also, which I have heard, not officially any letter I have seen, but I have heard that many universities, they recognize the national eligibility test net exam of our country. Then we can conduct seminar, workshop, presentation, and cultural event, and we can highlight our strengths, our institution strength in front of the foreign student. Then we can collaborate with foreign alumni of Indian origin living abroad for brand building exercises, then extending the reach of offline and open and distance learning courses offered by Indian higher education through systematic campaigning. You can also popularize short-term niche courses on Indian art, culture, yoga. Recently, we have celebrated World Yoga Day. Now, world is celebrating on behalf of India, so we can highlight yoga, Ayurveda, Buddhism, Indian art with the short-term courses around the globe for our brand building. Also, an extensive use of digital platforms and virtual mode for such brand building exercise. You see that again, Alumni Connect will play a major role when we want to go globally and when we want to establish a brand. We can see that we can establish an alumni cell and maintain a detailed database of alumni living abroad, both Indian and foreign. Then sharing with the alumni regarding the latest initiative of the institution will help us a lot. Then virtually connecting with the alumni and inviting them for participation in conferences and webinars, then networking get-togethers among the alumni, including through video conferencing, then providing brochures, pamphlets, other advertising materials about the institution's program courses for its dissemination abroad, then engage in community services activity with help of alumni, then honoring distinguished alumni for supporting in brand building exercise as well as overall development of institutions. Systematic generated emails, SMS may be sent on various occasions to the alumni, then share of details of alumni with government whenever required. Also, friends, we can set up a Office of International Relation. In our university, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, we are having two types of international affairs office. First is Foreign Student Cell. Foreign Student Cell is solely responsible for the admissions of the foreign students, inbound students. Those students, those who want to pursue their degrees, diplomas, postgraduate courses, PhD, they will go to the foreign student cell. Again, one director is appointed for that foreign student cell. Again, for the academic and research purpose, our university has Center for International Relation. Again, it is a good thing to share with you that I am associated with the Center for International Relation, and I have worked with that center on two projects. One is of Innotel project and another one is Merge project. Innotel project is ongoing. Merge project already we have completed, and both these projects are funded by the European Union. So our Center for International Relation Office Director is Vandana Hivrade Madam. We are looking after the academic and research activities at international level. Student exchange program, teacher exchange program are done with the help of this center. So in your higher education institution also, we can set up the international office for international affairs. You see that the role and responsibility of that particular office will be to coordinate all the matters relating to welcoming and supporting foreign students, single point contact for carrying out collaborative activities with foreign institutions, act as a liaising body between foreign students and sponsoring agency, then addressing the grievance of foreign student in all matter, single point contact for foreign student registration, then facilitate networking international student with fellow student, extend all possible help to foreign student to adapt the new cultural environment, make their stay in India comfortable and enriching. Provide support services for integration, international student institution, academic and social activities. Then addressing the concerns of Indian student under tuning program, implementing and monitoring of institution level strategies for internationalization, then maintaining records and destination information of related to internationalization. Again, the role of higher education institution. The higher education institutions are encouraged to involve stakeholders like regulatory body, international organization, alumni association, and industry in designing the international strategy. You see that industry play a major role when we talk about higher education. Again, you see that our syllabus are very much outdated just because the contribution of industries are not there. Then formulating a strategic approach, spelling out institution objective and articulating their approach, considering the cultural context at both home and abroad, optimizing implementation through establishment of offices for international affairs, and communicating effectively with the stakeholders. Then develop statistical indicators and survey to support the strategies. What are the benefits to the higher education institution? Framing intercultural and international curriculum, providing international exposure to our student through mobility, extending international competency in our student, faculty, and staff, promoting institutional strength through collaboration, developing international institution branding. Then monitoring and assessment should be done by the higher education institution regarding their international policies, international affairs. You see that what are the challenges faced for the internationalization of higher education in India? You see that country like USA and UK are far ahead in Indian education infrastructure. You see that, friends, in rural areas, I have seen colleges where in morning session, school is there. In later half of morning session, junior colleges is there, and at evening session, senior colleges there. So when we talk about infrastructure, we are very lagging far behind when we talk about the higher education institutions. Then the basis of international education is economic and political imperative, while India is yet to establish social justice. Then a foreigner who's studying in India experience immense difficulty in getting employment here due to the situation. Foreigners are less attracted. Then universities of India are still teaching decade-old curriculums. Curriculum upgradation is very important when we talk about the internationalization. When we talk about commerce and management, I have seen that how outdated syllabus we are using. So we can say that the upgradation or updating syllabus at global level is very important when we talk about the Indian universities. Then universities, along with this, lack of autonomy in university, lack of government funds prevents international students from being attracted to India. Government fund की जब हम बात करते हैं, when we compare the central universities with the state universities, because in the total number of universities, state universities are more. But when we talk about the government funding is very less to the state universities. Again, this is the challenge which is faced by the internet for them to attract the international students. First is General Cultural Scholarship Scheme, which is already implemented by SSR. I have seen that many foreign
slide
students.
is not changed, sir.
Yes.
Slide change नहीं हो रही सर.
Slide. नहीं, slide वही है हमारा. अभी कौन सी slide दिख रही है आपको?
Sir, key skill development.
Just a minute. Now it is visible, Aman?
Yes, sir. Visible. Sir.
Challenges facing?
Yes, sir. Okay. Visible. Sir.
Yes. So you see that the step to attract international student, General Cultural Scholarship Scheme, as I have told you that ICSR is funding many Yemeni students, they are getting the scholarship. Then global initiative for academic network increases the engagement between scientists, entrepreneurship students from all over. Ministry of Education, under which foreign students are encouraged to take admissions in our Indian university. Then Study in India is also an initiative of Ministry of Education. It aims to attract students from 34 countries of Africa, West Asia, South Asia. Then CV Raman Fellowship to promote scientific education between India and Africa, besides several bilateral agreements such as UK, Asian, have been signed with the promoting international education in India. Reasons for low interest of students to coming in India: inadequate quality in education in average Indian institutes, then cumbersome administrative procedures, difficulty in assimilation to Indian culture. What can be done to increase the inflow? Tailor-made program for foreign students, infrastructure improvement and technology integration, giving priority to content and quality of program offered, more partnership with foreign universities. You see, friends, इनोटल जो है एक हमारा ऑनगोइंग प्रोग्राम है हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी का इंटीग्रेटिंग टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट इनोवेशन इकोसिस्टम इन हायर एजुकेशन. ये एक प्रोजेक्ट है जो डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर मराठवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी औरंगाबाद के साथ साथ और 3 यूनिवर्सिटी है इंडिया में उन्हें दिया गया है, 2 यूनिवर्सिटी है फिलीपीन में उन्हें दिया गया है, 2 यूनिवर्सिटी नेपाल के है, 2 यूनिवर्सिटी श्रीलंका के है. प्री पैंडेमिक इस प्रोजेक्ट में काफी सारे काम हुए हैं, बट पोस्ट पैंडेमिक in this international project as a researcher, myself, then Professor Mustajib Khan, then Sachin Deshmukh sir from computer science, then Honorable Vice Chancellor, all are looking after this project. You see that the objective of this project is to aim to build capacity of students, to build capacity of universities in Philippines, Nepal, Sri Lanka, India, to embed graduate employability in their core activity. Because you see, friends, that why these European countries are funding to us, because they know that the majority of young population live in Asian countries. So if young India or young Asia is more employable, their country will get benefits. So they have started this Immortal project from 2019, and I think that only 1 year is left of this project. I will just show you what are the activities which are involved in this project. One open research lab is created. One can reach that particular lab through openresearch.unwe.bg. Then talent co-creation lab in Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. We have created MOU with HRDC, Bajaj Incubation Center. The Center for International Relation has created a talent co-creation lab. Those faculty members, those who are from Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, are always invited to get connected with this talent co-create lab. This is a glimpse of the talent co-create lab. Professor Sadhna Pandey, Professor Vandana Hibrade, Director of Incubation Center, Professor Sachin Deshmukh, all are very much involved in this talent co-creation lab. Then student community service is also there, like on the lines of NSS, implementing framework for student community service is also done by our university. So just before ending, I will show you one PPT of our international project of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Immortal project. Just a minute. Amol, PDF file is visible to you? Amol Badan?
Yes, sir. Yes. Visible.
Okay. See that Atal Incubation Center, Bajaj Incubation Center of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University in in association with the University Program of European Union as Project Innotel. And you see that core values of this Project Innotel, you see that events organized by our university, startup meet on 19th March 2019, an incubation centers and startup meet was held in our university. Also on the 3rd of May, startup meet one-to-one discussion focused on introducing and implementing of business model design was held. Also on 17th May 2019, again a workshop on business model canvas for startup was held. Then events were organized on IPR awareness on 6th June 2019. Various conferences were held, online, offline conferences like mentor clinics were also held by our Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University Center for International Relation. So I think that this session is open for discussion now. If you are having any queries, kindly let me know. Yes, participants, unmute yourself. I have given the permission to unmute you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your very vivid and very essential lecture, sir. I'm from
Thank you.
College Department of Microbiology, Kolkata. My important question is, first of all, thank you for your very significant information regarding the research exchange program in between the universities and the abroad students, that is the alumni, called alumni. But my query is any procedures of UGCs is there to exchange the research program in the undergraduate level in the college level? That is, suppose my alumni are going postdoc research in the US or United Kingdom or any European country. Can we make a collaborative research work in between our college and their laboratory under whose supervision they are working in the US or UK? Is there any procedures we can perform from the college side?
You see that you can take the permission of the higher authority from your university itself. If you are affiliated university for a government college, you can take the permission of your higher authority and you can work collaboratively without the permission or consent of the University Grants Commission.
No. Actually,
there are several programs. What you are talking about, there are several programs available of ICSSR, DST, DBT under faculty exchange program. So you can visit the ICSSR website. Specific countries are there. Recently, what I have seen in this 1.5 months, one faculty exchange program from one of the University of Japan was there, which was funded and sponsored by the Indian Council for Social Science and Research.
Okay, sir.
UGC recently, I haven't seen any faculty exchange program or student exchange program by UGC.
Okay,
ICSSR, it is there.
We can we can directly contact their laboratory.
Yes, you can. What example I have given to you of our physics department? Our physics department was very much connected with many universities in South Korea. Recently, our Department of Electronics, they have sent one student to do the research work in South Korea.
Okay, sir.
So without any, you can also search for these universities. If these universities are providing the funding program, don't just go to search for University Grants Commission or ICSSR. You can Google these universities, those who are offering programs under faculty exchange or student exchange, and you can directly apply there also.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for this very significant answer.
Many European countries, they are providing.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more queries? Any more queries, or we can stop now?
Sir,
So
one
I
of my
think-
requests, sir, one of my request is since due to the network issues of ours from our sides or from your sides, the total slide is not continuously visible. Can we share this this very
Yes, yes, I will
the
share on the
WhatsApp group? Okay, thank
Yes,
you very
sir.
much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
So friends,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.
Any more queries or we can stop now?
It was really nice, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a nice session, sir. Very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So feedback kindly wait because I am the only one who have to prepare the feedback. So I have to end the lecture now and I have to prepare the feedback and again I have to share. So at
Yes,
least
sir.
it will take 15-20 minutes for me to prepare the feedback form. Huh?
Yes, sir.
And all are requested to kindly fill all the feedbacks. So I will open all the feedbacks, kindly fill all day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 feedback because
Yes, sir.
if you are missing a single feedback, you will not get the certificate. Please, it is
Yes,
my
sir.
request.
Yes.
So thanks a lot
Yes, sir.
for participating and making this event a success. I hope that in future also all these faculty members will be connected with UGC Human Resource Development Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
a lot.
Sure.
Thanks for
Patient hearing.